You're listening to the TechNet Show, your weekly dose of the latest tech stories, analysis, interviews, and opportunities in the world of tech. If you're a techie or an enthusiast looking to stay up to date, this is the show for you. Be a part of the conversation and stay connected to our tech community on Telegram at TechNet Show. In today's episode, we are going to be hearing from Samuel Bassi and Victoria Image as they discuss what the Metaverse is and all you need to know. Stay tuned and get ready to maximize the opportunities in tech. Hello everyone, my name is Victoria Image. Welcome to the TechNet Show. I am here alongside my co-host Samuel Bassi. So Sam, quickly introduce yourself.
Okay, I am Sam Obasi, an engineer by profession. I'm also a technical content writer. I am actually handle crypto projects. I'm a moderator, I'm a community manager, and I do all sort of things.
Amazing. So today we'll be talking about Metaverse. It's been a buzzword all around, and I know a lot of people, especially those who are not quite familiar with the tech world, they are a bit confused. What is the Metaverse? What is it about? How is it going to affect us? I know you wrote an article on the Metaverse, and I know that you have more information about it. So can you quickly start us up with a conversation on what is the metaverse and how did we get to this point in the tech space?
Let me start like this. I don't want to be so formal. I don't want to make it something like a formal or a Nigerian setting classroom where I start bringing up big words or try to bring up words that are not appropriate or words that are actually out of context in this thing. So I want to bring it to the lowest. Someone once said that if you cannot explain something for a 5-year-old, that means you
Yeah,
actually do not understand what you're talking about. So I want to
exactly.
bring it so low to everyone to understand, even those that are not even in the tech world. Let's say COVID-19 actually ushered in a lot of things. Aside the disadvantages that came with the COVID-19, the lockdown and everything, it actually opened a brand new chapter for remote work. So, metaverse, okay, just take it this way. When COVID-19 started, everyone were kind of they shut down everything, workplace, everybody like actually sent home. You cannot work, you cannot go to the office again, you cannot do
Yeah,
anything. Everybody were actually basically at home for a very long time. The technology behind the metaverse is you can be at your home and you can attend meetings everywhere. Can be in my house and I'll attend meetings in the US. I can be in my house and attend meeting in London. And I'll be as if I'm present in the meeting in the hall. That's just the
yeah.
metaverse. I can be in Lagos. Someone can be in China. Someone can be in Russia. And all of us will be in one room attending a meeting in London. That's just what the metaverse is all about. So we can see this. This was illustrated earlier on in some movies. If you watch all these fictional movies, there are some
Yeah.
movies that you can actually attend a meeting without being there. So that's just what the metaverse is all about. So now we actually believe that COVID-19 is not actually the first and last pandemic that will hit us. That is some school of thought actually believe that more pandemics are actually coming. So instead of us waiting to be reactive, so we want to be proactive. And besides the pandemic, another other benefit, it's actually the world actually getting the world is less safe every day. You can actually know you going out, it's actually something very dangerous. So everyone prefer to stay at home. Everybody prefer to work at the comfort of their home. Everybody prefer to give themselves, and themselves and their family enough time, to do other things, to pursue other dreams, and to chase other goals and the rest. So the whole issue of the metaverse is just virtual reality. Let me put it that way. I don't want to give a
It,
formal definition, but
a technical one that's
metaverse is just
confusing, right?
yeah, just see metaverse as a virtual reality that I am in. Okay, for instance, let's come back to Nigerian setting. I'm a CEO of a company and I host a meeting in Lagos. Do you know the cost of the logistics and the danger involved transporting everyone, all the branch managers in all through the 36 state to the FCT to attend that meeting, and other disadvantages of coming from the states down to the FCT for the meeting? But now the metaverse is offering us, okay, instead of exposing your staff to all those things, why can't everyone just be in the office and are in the meeting?
Yeah.
So that is just what the metaverse is all about. Virtual reality. I'm using a professional setting. You can put it to any, you can attend family reunion, you can attend school reunion, you can attend picnics, you can attend, it's actually anything that needs
It's
your physical presence,
fascinating. Yeah.
metaverse can solve it for you.
Yeah.
So that's just what the metaverse is all about.
Very fascinating idea. And I think virtual reality is becoming something that's the future. We can't run away from it. And there is that idea of, okay, people are even purchasing already. A lot of big names, Samsung is investing in Metaverse already, and they are buying space there and to give their customers that wow customer experience, that they'll be shopping online as if they are physically in a shop or something. It gives that a near reality experience. Now, as fascinating as the idea of metaverse is, there are still a lot of holdbacks from the general public, and experts are still kind of unsure if it will be largely accepted despite all the big names rushing to invest. Now, with that kind of uncertainty surrounding both the acceptance and then the profitability, I mean, what are your thoughts about this? How long do you think it's going to take for a lot of people to accept it? Because this is something that will alter our current reality. This is something that is going to change the way we do things, including shopping, doing business, meetings, and working, just as you've stated earlier. So people are still a bit skeptical about it, and there's that holdback. And experts believe it's going to take a while for it to be accepted. What are your thoughts about this?
Let me bring you back to memory lane. Do you know how absurd and how strange it was for you to believe in internet in the early, or let me say, starting from 1990 to 2000? Or let me not go, let me use in the early 1990s. Do you know how absurd it was for you to even believe
Yeah,
in internet?
yes.
Uh,
Same.
do you know how strange it is for you to even do you know the courage? That's why there's one thing I love about technology. Technology always will always reward the early adopters.
Mm-hmm, that's true.
It will always reward if you actually adopt the technology early enough, or you are the first batch of people that actually adopt the technology, as in it will pay you let me use the word abundantly. So it will pay you. So
Yeah.
do you know the mind that Bill Gates got for him to actually venture into software and living hardware for IBM and the rest? Do you know the kind of mindset he had? At that point, we were actually working something that was so strange to the world, and actually believed in the future of it. So now, he actually, from his own story, we actually learned a lot that if
Yeah.
this technology came out and it came very fast. When software started, it actually took a longer time for it to gain mainstream adoption.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
now, when the internet came, internet actually it was a little bit faster. Internet and it took a little bit faster, and then come back to the blockchain. The blockchain is actually blockchain was actually faster than the internet. First in
Yes.
the sense that Bitcoin came on board 2010, and barely 12 years later, one Bitcoin is went up to as high as closely $70,000, which if you can convert it to Nigerian currency, that's close to 40 million naira in 12 years. Now, the realization of how our world will be, courtesy of what COVID-19 taught us, shows us that metaverse is actually the next big thing. If you're
Sure.
doubting, maybe you're trying to be skeptical or trying to maybe apply some form of caution and the rest, it's okay. It's happening. Every era and every new technology that comes out, we normally have people like that.
Yeah.
Analysts will always come out to look at the pro and cons of what is coming up. But all of us, we have tested this technology. Even before it didn't become a big deal, it was actually so big in gaming. We actually use VR in gaming a lot.
Yes, yes,
VR
yes.
and AR in gaming.
Gaming, yeah.
So before that, but when we now realize that okay, that people do not actually, we want to, there's kind of a paradigm shift in the way things are going. People may not actually go out the way they think, because it's just like, let me bring my story into this. I'm actually a chemical engineer.
Yeah.
I'm a trained chemical engineer. So, but since I finished my NYC in 2019, I've not submitted any application anywhere before. I've not been called for an interview anywhere. I've not, in fact, I don't even know what it means to work a 9 to 5. I don't know, sincerely speaking.
Oh, lucky you.
So I'm actually, and I thought I told someone some days ago that I don't know how I'm going to cope. If at all, maybe maybe someone call me for a very huge job now, and job that is actually in I don't know, but let me just put a huge, let me say attractive salary. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
maybe two times of what I'm getting right now, and I'm being asked to resume work by 8 or 9. I mean, actually accept that offer, because truth be told, I won't be able I won't be able to cope. No matter, even though you're offering me $1 million every month, I won't be able to accept the offer. Because if I accept the offer, seriously, will not be productive. Because I can't cope. I want to leave the house in the is actually a very big tax for me.
Because you're
I
not
leave my
used to
house maybe twice.
it.
I'm not used to it. I
Yeah.
leave my house only twice a week, or maybe 3 times a week, or maybe I'm taking evening stroll. I'm actually feeling some backaches. I'm taking evening stroll. So if someone is coming up to say, okay, that they won't be the adoption and the waste, I understand. They are just trying to, apply caution and try to see the two sides of the coin. It's actually okay. It's normal. We appreciate it. But the way it seems, there's no way Metaverse will not take over. There is no way. If
Yeah.
Facebook would actually turn their searchlight on Metaverse wholly, and big name Samsung, everyone are actually going to the Metaverse. Okay, come to think of it, Samsung have a showroom, but in the year they actually, so let me say, let me use in a day, they let me say 100 visitors visited Samsung office, but none of them actually, like, none of them actually went there physically,
There
but the 100
physically.
people visited the office, and they bought everything they wanted to get.
Yeah.
They bought everything they wanted to buy, and get stuff like that without actually going there. I'm trying to make you see the benefit of this. It's
Yeah.
actually fascinating. It's actually something that will blow everyone's mind. You want to send you are sending your children to school, or maybe your children want to go to school. They're in their room going to school. It's actually, you can apply to any area of our life, any area that needs attention, any area of our life that needs attention. You can actually apply the metaverse to. So it is just time. Just give. My own projection is that in the next 5 years, most things that we are going that demands a physical presence will be using the metaverse. That's why people are selling lands now. People have started buying lands.
Buying lands on
Because
Metaverse.
if you imagine getting let me say a plot of land now in metaverse, and living and the stuff become a big deal. Do you know how rich you'll be? Yeah,
Yeah.
do you know how rich you'll be? Okay,
It's
don't take for instance
amazing.
people that the take for instance Lagos. When Lagos started developing, people that bought, maybe their father was actually their granddad or their great granddaddy were able to get 1 acre of land or 2 acres of land for them in maybe in a swampy area in Lagos, which is now the Lekki in Lagos.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do you know how rich they are right now for you to own two
Very.
acres of land in Lekki?
Yeah,
But
very.
as at some decades ago, it was less than how many naira. But right now, they're actually sitting on billions of naira. So that is how the metaverse would be. So no matter what anyone may say, no matter what any analyst will say, looking at the benefit of metaverse,
You
I'm
think there
telling
will be a
you, it
wide
will be
adoption
huge.
and it will be explosive in the next 5 years. Okay, I've
In the
noted.
next 5 years,
I've noted your
in the next
prediction. We are
five
going to
years,
follow it up and
okay.
see, yeah, and see how it goes. All right, so I want us to take this conversation down home. So the future of metaverse, we know that the Europeans will embrace it to a large extent. They are far ahead of us when it comes to technology advancements. And I want us to look at the third world countries. Now, let's come back to Africa and some other parts of the world that are still developing. How do you think they are going to maximize this opportunity? How do you think the metaverse is going to affect us? What does the future of metaverse look like in the third world countries? Like what you hear so far? Make sure not to miss any of our episodes by subscribing to us now and joining our community on Telegram at t.me/technoshow. Now, back to the show.
Okay. Third world countries actually, I love third world countries. I love it
Okay.
in the sense that wait. Actually, I've been opportunity to work with a lot of guys in third world country. People I got people in Thailand, people in Indonesia, people in all those countries that you may not actually want to go for a vacation.
Yeah.
And when you don't have, let me bring this in. When you do not have a lot of options, a lot of choices, maybe if you have maybe out of, let me say for instance, they appear in other climes in other countries, they are exposed to plethora of options and choices and the rest, and you only have two options. What will you do with the two options?
Well,
It's a question. It's a question. What will you do with the two options? You maximize it. You
yeah.
maximize any option that since we know we actually limited as a Nigerian working for international companies or working with some people in, let me say, US and UK. You know a lot of we face a lot of we are actually disadvantaged. So, and the metaverse is I think it's, let me say, a level playing ground for everyone.
Okay.
Let me use Nigeria, for example. Nigeria and other third world countries, they have a lot of talent buried in those countries. A
Sure.
lot of talent buried in
Sure.
those countries. If you have worked with Indonesians, those guys are so smart. The IQ is maybe based on maybe their circumstances around them, because when you know that you don't have much option, maybe you don't really have, you're not opportune to be in a time that we have infrastructure and the rest. So you trust as much as possible to leverage on the little ones you have. So now all those guys actually are so smart. Now, coming to bring up something that will give everyone a level playing ground, what will you think Nigerians will do? What will you think people in a third world country will do? Is the question.
Well, I think everybody is going to try to tap into it, because if you
Do
look back,
you get it?
Nigeria is also trying to advance in a lot of ways. So I think that we'll jump on the opportunity and we'll maximize it. But just that I feel it may take
Yeah,
a
yeah.
while for us to meet up with the rest of the world.
Let me check this in. Someone said that Nigerians will not actually, crypto is actually one of my stronghold. I'm actually much of a crypto guy and there is. So when a lot of Nigerians joined crypto 2020, 2021, 2022, it's only few of us that you see. Few of us have been in crypto since 2017, 2015, and the rest. So when Nigerians came in, most Nigerians were actually novice in the space. In less than 2 years, Nigerians are now seen in all top crypto brands in the world. Talk
Yeah,
about
exactly.
Binance, we have Nigerians in
They are
Binance. Talk
literally
about
everywhere.
Get.io, we have Nigerians. Literally everywhere that Nigerians there.
Yeah,
We are so we get, there's this Nigerians call it hustle. There's this hustling spirit that's inside us. That
exactly.
whenever with your peers from other clan, you work times 10 the way they work. You
Yeah,
understand me? Because you know that you are disadvantaged in terms of infrastructure. In terms, okay, take for instance, I think the only disadvantage I will have is due to our network. Our network is actually very poor.
yeah,
If you have actually met a recruiter before, they'll tell you, we don't recruit Nigerians. Why? Their network is already
because
very
of the
poor. So
internet.
that's,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
very
internet is very poor.
bad.
But thanks to Starlink is coming to Nigeria. I believe you heard
Yeah,
of it.
yes,
So
yeah, did.
let's see what they mean. Don't worry, don't worry. Let's just when flight get to Nigeria, we'll have this conversation again.
Hopefully, yeah. All right. Thank you so much. I think we've basically touched on the major points that we need to touch on the metaverse, and the conversation on metaverse will always continue, because this is a new technology. This is the future. A lot is going on, and we'll always come back to talk and expand more on what it is and how it's going to affect you, how it's going to affect the way we work and human interaction. And a lot of people feel that this is going to replace reality and is going to impact the real world. I bet that's the reason that some people are a bit skeptical, but I believe we will always adjust. There's this new normal. We didn't know how to work from home before, but we've adjusted our lives to it and we can see that we're enjoying it. So I believe in a few years to
We
come,
enjoy
we
it.
will adjust to it and we are going to like it. And there's nothing we can do about it. I don't think we can make Mark stop the metaverse at this point. So whoever is anti-innovation, anti-technology would have to like learn to adjust and accept these emerging technologies. We're going to be having a part 2 of this conversation next week. Do well to follow up. Summer, thank you so much for making the conversation so easy and so straightforward. It was nice having you here. Any last remarks?
Thank you. I'll advise every young Nigerian outside there to embrace the metaverse. Any buzzword that you're hearing around, try to get to know what it is. Just forget about the traditional work, forget about your 9 to 5. Come to tech, come and join us in tech. And seriously, and very soon, you'll be one of the frontliners of these technologies.
Advocates. Okay, some people are going to turn advocates eventually.
Yeah.
All right, that's awesome. And it's a wrap from here. Thanks for being a part of today's conversation on The TechNats Show. Do follow us on social media at The TechNats Show. Join our growing tech community on Telegram at TechNats Show so you'll never miss any updates. If you find our content valuable, would love you to drop us comments or likes, or you could share it with your friends too. Catch you next week.